These feelings and that emotions of being afraid and fearful and being criticized or judged, none of that belongs to me. If you don't go after it, you're going to look up, and then years and years and years are going to go by, and you're going to think to yourself, I'm wasting my time. Why do I care so much about how people will judge me if I do this thing? Think about it like this, and this may be a little bizarre. Last night, I had the most severe case of imposter syndrome. Okay, so in my last video, I posted that in January, I want to do a 21-day challenge by going live or showing up every day authentically on YouTube and not overthinking my content, just however I'm led to show up is how I'm going to be led to show up in whatever capacity. Now, at the time of me saying that, I'm like, can you do it? Yeah, you can do it. It's not that big of a deal. You're not going to overthink it now. You're trying something different. It's okay. If you have to post a short, post in your community tab, go live, or post on your regular video, the whole goal and the mission is to show yourself that you can do something so simple that you've told yourself seems like it is way too much. It's me having this conversation with myself, and I'm like, it's fine, you can do it, Keish. Last night, as I was journaling, that mindset that I had was rudely interrupted by Mrs. Imposter Syndrome. She is so rude and loud. She pretty much, as I'm journaling, she was like, why did you say that? There is no way that you can post 21 days straight or for 21 days anywhere. You will burn yourself out. You don't know what you're going to talk about. This is how she's talking to me, Mrs. Imposter Syndrome. She is just laying it on thick. And do you know, I had a moment and I believed her. I was like, you're right, that is too much. I said, yeah, I'm just going to take that part out. I'm not going to do that. That's completely unrealistic. I had let Mrs. What's her name again? I let Mrs. Imposter Syndrome tell me or sway me or whatever, however you want to put it, to take that part out of the video. So I'm having this full-blown conversation with myself. Mrs. Imposter Syndrome, she's showing up. Mrs. Courageous, she showed up. She says, you know what? You actually can. When you think about it, it's not that big of a deal. You can talk about the things that you genuinely care to talk about. You're not going to run out of things to say. You're always going to find yourself in perhaps fearful situations, but that doesn't mean you need to be afraid. You know what, y'all? I love how I talk to myself sometimes, and I really mean that, because there used to be a time where Mrs. Limited Belief, she was the only voice talking. She was the only voice speaking. But Mrs. Courageous, I got to figure out another name to call her. But, oh, this sound a little twisted, but whatever. We just gonna go with it. She really knows what she's talking about. She's like, no, you can do it because you believe in the word, and to believe the word of God. And the word says that he hasn't given you a spirit of fear, but of love, power, and a sound mind. So you actually can do it, Keish. What are you afraid of? Getting it wrong, making a mistake? But it's okay, because that's what humans do. Humans get it wrong, and they do cringy things. They say the wrong thing sometimes. That's just what it means to be a human. You're overthinking something that doesn't need to be overthought. Yeah, overthought. Sometimes, you guys, like, it's just really talking it out with yourself, and you realize, I don't really have to overthink this thing. I don't have to think, oh, how long is it going to be? How should I start it? Because you're like, we are, in a sense, doing this for other people. But when it comes to pursuing your passions and your goals and your dreams and allowing people to see you starting over, this is what it looks like. It doesn't look aesthetically pleasing. It looks a little messy. It looks a little confusing or complicated. But as you proceed, as you move on the journey, it'll be much more clearer to you, and it'll become a lot more effortless. You realize that those limiting beliefs and that spirit of fear, how heavy it is, and you just really want to strip it off. You can't wait to take it off. It's like these feelings and that emotions of being afraid and fearful and being criticized or judged. Oh, none of that belongs to me. I only have this life, this body right now, and I want to show up the most genuine, authentic way possible right now. What am I waiting for? You're waiting for somebody to tell you you have permission to do it. Listen to me. I'm telling you that you have permission, because I'm gonna tell you right now, if you don't go after it, you're going to look up, and then years and years and years are going to go by, and you're going to think to yourself, I'm wasting my time. Why do I care so much about people, how people will judge me if I do this thing? Think about it like this, and this may be a little bizarre, but sometimes you have to have these kind of thoughts in order to get to light the fire underneath you. Think about, in the next 50 years, every person not being alive. No one being here. Like, well, it doesn't matter what I do right now. It doesn't matter if I make a mistake or if I look silly or stupid doing something. It doesn't matter, because in the next 50 years, nobody's going to even remember or know. I'm not even going to be here. None of us are going to be here. And when you think about that sometimes you really have to have these very morbid or bizarre thoughts in order to be like, you know what, yeah, you're right, I can do this. I can do it today. I can start right now. I can really start right now. Oh man, I really, this is really fuel for me. This is how I know we're more connected than we realize. I know when I was struggling to show up authentically and trying to find my voice, number one, I had to get rooted in my word. I had to learn who I was by learning, first of all, who the Most High is. We cannot keep overthinking this thing. Eventually it will click for you. You will see other people doing it, and you will watch a million videos, and you will see other people showing up and using their voices and their talents and their gifts and doing the things that you want to do. And eventually you will be so tired and sick of shrinking and hiding and not pursuing, that eventually you'll just break and you'll do it. So if you have to allow yourself to get to that point, then it is what it is. But if you feel this burning desire and you can't sleep at night and you can't stop thinking about pursuing this passion or answering to this calling, and you know that all you need to do is just get over the limiting belief and that spirit of fear, please pray, because it's not something that you can just keep watching videos on. Eventually, yeah, it'll click. But sometimes the spirit is so strong and heavy, you really got to pray and ask to be delivered and set free from it. And keep praying, because the spirit of fear is a stronghold. It is debilitating. It will have you sitting somewhere, scared in a corner, afraid to even try. Listen to me. If you hear me, if you feel me even a small percent, this is for you. And this message is to encourage you and to let you know that you can do it. You can do whatever it is that you're called to do. You actually can do it. Keep doing the inner work. Keep healing. Keep watching the videos. Keep praying. Keep showing up. Keep trying. Keep failing. Keep making mistakes. Just keep doing it. Little bit by little bit. Little bit by little bit. We have each other to hold each other accountable. I don't know where this channel and this page is going, but if you connect with me, then most likely I'll probably connect with you. Most likely, because we're not everybody's C. So if you connect with me, then most likely I connect and I vibe with you. We can get through this. We can show up authentically. This is how we're going to thrive in 2025 and beyond. But we first have to show up authentically, use our voices, use our talents, show the world what light really looks like. Okay, so thank you for being here with me. I so appreciate you, and I will see you in the next one. Let me know if you resonated with this video, and yeah, I'll see you in the next one. Peace.